Hello everyone, welcome to Defense IAS Academy. Now our topic is Indian financial market. What is Indian financial market? Let us read about it. The market of an economy where funds are transacted between the fund surplus and fund scarce individuals and groups is known as the financial market. This is the definition. The basis of transaction is either interest or dividend. This market might have its organized, that is institutionalized, as well as non-organized, or we can call it as unregulated or non-institutionalized segments in an economy. This is Indian financial market. Let us move further. Financial market have two types of segments. First one is the short-term funds and the second one is the long-term funds. Short-term funds, which are also known as the money market, and long-term funds are also known as capital market. Means the two segments of financial markets are short-term funds and the second one is the long-term funds. We named it as the short-term as money market and the long-term funds as capital market. Let us move further. And another topic is Indian money market. What is Indian money market? In this market, money is traded between individuals or groups, that is financial institutions, banks, government, companies, etc., who are either cash surplus or cash scarce. This is the first point regarding the Indian money market. The second point is trading is done on a rate known as discount rate, which is determined by the market and guided by the availability of and demand for the cash in the day-to-day trading. Now let us move further. The third one is the market operates in both organized and unorganized channels in India. Now the fourth one is the main one. Starting from the person-to-person mode and converting into telephonic transaction, it has now gone online in the age of internet and information technology. We can also say that it is the short-term financial market of an economy. Indian money market is a very big concept. Let us go through that. Indian money market in India is not an integrated unit. It has two further segments. The money market has two segments. The first one is the unorganized and the second one is the organized. Let us study all this in detail. Organized money market. The unorganized money market. The unorganized money market in India may be divided into three different categories. Means it is again subdivided into three segments. First one is the unregulated non-bank financial intermediaries. Unregulated non-banking financial intermediaries are functioning in the form of chit funds, nidhis and loan companies. They charge very high rate of interest. These nidhis are being available in the South India, or we can say it is operated in South India, which lend to only their members. Second one is the indigenous bankers. Indigenous bankers receive deposits and lend money in the capacity of an individual or a private firms. There are basically four such bankers in the country functioning as non-homogeneous groups. These four such bankers are as Gujarati Shroffs, Multani or Shikhpuri Shroffs, Marwadi Kayas, Chitiaras. These are the four banks under the indigenous bankers. Now the third one is the money lenders. They constitute the most localized form of money market in India and operate in the most exploitative way. They have their two forms. First one is the professional money markets and the second one is the non-professional money lenders. They have two forms. It is professional money lenders and the non-professional money lenders. What are professional money lenders and the non-professional money lenders? Let us read. Let us discuss about it. The professional money lenders who lend their own money as a profession to earn income through interest, and the non-professional money lenders who might be businessmen and lend their money to earn interest income as a subsidiary business. Let us move further. Now we have the second type of money market, that is organized money market. Since the government started developing the organized money market in India, we have seen the arrival of a total of 8 instruments designed to be used by different categories of business and industrial firms. These 8 instruments are as treasury bills, or we can call it as TBs. Second, certificate of deposit. Third, commercial paper. Fourth, commercial bill. Fifth, call money market. Sixth, money market mutual funds. 7, repos and reverse repos. 8, cash management bill. Let us discuss these 8 instruments in brief. There is a brief description of these instruments, that is as follows. First one is the treasury bills. This instrument of the money market, though present since independence, got organized only in 1986. They are used by the central government to fulfill its short-term liquidity requirement up to the period of 364 days. They developed 5 types of the TBs in due course of time, and these are as 14-day, that is intermediate TBs, 14-day auctionable TBs, 91-day TBs, 182-day TBs, 364-day TBs. The TBs, other than providing short-term cushion to the government, also function as short-term investment avenues for the banks and financial institutions. Let us move towards the other instruments of organized money market. The second one is certificate of deposit. It is organized in 1989. The certificate of deposit is used by banks and issued to the depositors for a specified period ranging less than 1 year. They are negotiable and tradable in the money market. But RBI allowed the financial institutions to operate in it. The financial institutions who are all operating in it are IFCI, IDBI, IRBI and the Exim Bank. They can issue certificate of deposits for the maturity periods above 1 year and up to 3 years. Now the next one is the commercial paper or CP. The CP issuing companies need to obtain a specified credit rating for men agency approved by the RBI, such as CRISL, ICRA, etc. It is used by the corporate houses in India. Now the fourth one is commercial bill. It is organized in 1990. A commercial bill is issued by all India financial institutions, non-banking finance companies, scheduled commercial banks, merchant banks, cooperative banks and the mutual funds. The next one is the call money market. This is basically an interbank money market where funds are borrowed and lent generally for 1 day. That is why this is also known as overnight borrowing market, also called money at call. Fund can be borrowed or raised for a maximum period of 14 days. We may also call it as short notice. Borrowing in the market may take place against securities or without securities. Let us move towards the next one, that is the money market mutual fund. Popular as mutual fund, this money market instrument was introduced or organized in 1992 to provide short-term investment opportunity to individuals. The initial guidelines for the mutual fund have been liberalized many times. Since March 2000, mutual funds have been brought under the purview of SEBI besides the RBI. At present, 45 mutual funds are operating in the country, managing a corpus of over rupees 4 lakh crores. Let us move to the seventh instrument under the organized money market, is that repos and the reverse repos. In the era of economic reforms, there developed two new instruments of money market. First one is the repo and the second one is the reverse repo. Considered the most dynamic instruments of the Indian money market, they have emerged the most favored route to raise short-term funds in India. Repo is basically an acronym of the rate of repurchase. Repo allows the banks and other financial institutions to borrow money from the RBI for short term by selling government securities to the RBI. In reverse repo, the banks and the financial institutions purchase government securities from the RBI. Basically, here the RBI is borrowing from the banks and the financial institutions. All securities are dated and the interest for the repo or reverse repo transactions are announced by the RBI from time to time. Listen it carefully again. All securities are dated and the interest for the repo or reverse repo transactions are announced by the RBI from time to time. Now the last one instrument is the cash management bill, or we can call it as CMB. The government of India is consultation with the RBI decided to issue a new short-term instrument known as cash management bills since August 9, 2009 to meet the temporary cash flow mismatches of the government. These are non-standard and discounted instrument issued for maturity less than 91. Now the next topic under the concept of Indian financial market is mutual funds. We have read about word mutual funds a lot in the previous topics. Now let us discuss what is mutual fund. As the name suggests, a mutual fund is a fund that is created when a large number of investors put in their money and is managed by professionally qualified persons with experience in investing in different asset classes. Which are the asset classes are shares, bonds, money market instruments like call money and other assets such as gold and property. Let us move further. Mutual funds first of all came in the money market, but they have the freedom to operate in the capital market also. There are three types of schemes offered by the mutual funds. First one is the open-ended schemes, second one is the closed-ended schemes, third one is the exchange-traded funds. Let us go through them in detail. First one is the open-ended scheme. An open-ended fund or scheme is one which is usually available from a mutual fund on an ongoing basis. That is, an investor can buy or sell as and when they intend to at a NAV based price. An investor buy and sell units of a particular open-ended scheme. The number of units issued also changes every day, and so changes the value of scheme's portfolio also. The second one is the closed-ended scheme. A closed-ended fund usually issue units to investors only once when they launch an offer called New Fund Offer in India. Thereafter, these units are listed on the stock exchanges where they are traded on a daily basis. As these units are listed, any investor can buy and sell these units through the exchange. As the name suggests, close-ended schemes are managed by fund houses for a limited number of years, and at the end of the term, either money is returned to the investors or the scheme is made open-ended. Now the last scheme under the mutual fund is exchange traded funds or ETFs. ETFs are a mix of open-ended and close-ended schemes. ETFs like close-ended schemes are listed and traded on a stock exchange on a daily basis, but the price is usually very close to its NAV, means net assets value, or the underlying assets like gold ETFs. Mutual funds invest the investors' money in both the loan and share markets. Keep it in mind that the mutual funds invest the investors' money in both the loan and share markets. Now, the next topic under this concept is monetary policy. Monetary policy deals with all those instruments or means by which short-term money or capital is raised in the economy. That is, the money which is raised for 1 to 364 days, means whole 1 year. The policy and the instruments are regulated by the RBI. Keep it in mind. We have some monetary policy tools also. We have 3 monetary policy tools. First one is the call money market. Second one is the open market operation. Third one is the liquidity adjustment facility. Let us go through them in detail. First one is the call money market. The call money market is an important segment of the money market where an uncollateralized borrowing and lending of funds take place on an overnight basis. Means when there is a borrowing and lending of fund takes place within the overnight basis. Second one is the open market operations. These are conducted by the RBI where sale or purchase of government securities to or from the market with the primary aim of modulating rupee liquidity conditions in the market. Now the last tool of monetary policy is liquidity adjustment facility. The liquidity adjustment facility is the key element in the monetary policy operating framework of the RBI that is introduced in June 2000 on a daily basis. The RBI stands ready to lend to or borrow money from the banking system as per the latest requirement at fixed interest rates. This is all about the Indian financial market. If you like it, please subscribe. Thank you.